Hey everyone, you know the drill by now. I hope you had an absolutely fantastic week riding your bike. It's an absolutely scorching day in Glasgow today and I'm wearing my Clarkson athletic top, my lightweight breathable one, which you can pick up on clarkson.com. And before we attack these walls, there's one change I've done on the bike which I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm going to show you just now. So my last video explained how I went to a front disc brake because I wasn't getting on with a front rim brake, but I still used the same wheel I was using with a front rim brake. So I used a spare light bicycle carbon front rim and attempted to build one of the lightest front wheels I could. Went on to Tartybikes and got myself an Echo TR front disc hub, which is one of the lighter ones you can get. And I've actually gone and laced that with a radial non-disc side, which looks cool as hell. Now combined with the light bicycle carbon rim, which is a 30mm model, aluminium nipples, this front wheel has ended up weighing 700 grams, which is insanely light, certainly one of the lightest front wheels I've ever built. And I've actually gone and made this tubeless as well, so this is a completely tubeless front wheel. I've not done the rear yet, but I will do at some point. And yet this is a stupidly light front wheel, which hopefully will be pretty hard to puncture as well. Let's see if this extra weight saving can get me up this wall today. Right, I'm not going to go straight into the big one. Let's start with the smaller wall, which I got first try with the Ashton, I think. High bottom brackets, side ops, not good. I kind of made it up. Back wheel hit the side on the way up, which is an issue I have with high bottom brackets. What was that? It's not striking me with confidence for this bigger one, I'll tell you that. That's better. Now someone in the comments on my Ashton video asked, why don't I side up, land front wheel first and then lever the back wheel up? That's actually quite an old school technique that I used to do back in the day. Then the technique changed to landing both wheels at the same time. Seemed to be able to get a little bit higher doing that. And it almost seems now that everyone's going super low front ends again, that landing front wheel first seems to be the way to do it again. Certainly bad side forward, that seems to be the way everyone does it. So I'll give it a try. I've not really tried a saddle like this for years and years and years, but let's see if it works. That's kind of like a weird up to front but sideways, but it works. Maybe that is the better way to do the bigger side ops. I'll have to give it a try. Oh, that stem has certainly made contact with bits it shouldn't have made contact with then. Ow! Brake time. Right, I'm going to take it to the bigger wall, but like I said last time I was here, that difference is huge, and this suddenly just seems so much bigger and intimidating. Probably a mile off, but that felt really close for a second try. Got myself a bit of redemption. I got up the wall, and much easier than on the Ashton. I honestly thought that the high bottom bracket was going to stop me from being able to get up this, because I just can't side up high bottom brackets, or at least that's what I have been saying. Turns out I can side up them, and I'm actually stoked I got up that wall. I think the weight saving definitely helped, but even just how easy the bike is on the back wheel for setting up, I wasn't getting exhausted. I could have the energy ready to explode up, and yeah, I'm just really happy I got up that. Be interesting to know how high I could go if I could get the technique a little bit better. And also, after my little accident trying to go front wheel then back wheel on the lower wall, I'm not going to try that in the bigger wall. I'm still hurting a little bit from that. Ouch. One other thing this bike's good for is up to fronts, and from pedaling they're really scary, but I'm going to try a few different techniques and see how well they cope with getting up this wall. Oh, spiky bush. Ow, I keep on forgetting that's got thorns. No way. Tell you what, having the long stem and the bars rolled forward, you get so much leverage. You only need to have your weight ever so slightly over the front wheel and you can just yoink the back end up. Oh, come on, keep it. Yeah. There we go, excellent. That's better, a bit more controlled. I've never been good at the going to back wheel up to front wheel stuff, so to be able to get up something that high, I'm really happy. I'm getting on with this bike so well. That being said, it is definitely not a bike to be streety on. Even just riding here, this is like half a mile from my house. It's exhausting. I do wish I had a seat so I can sit down and cruise down the hills, and because you got such a stretched out front end, you're practically in the push-up position the entire time you're on two wheels. It is exhausting to ride any distance on this bike, and if you want to bunny hop, they're so hard. I know some riders who ride these bikes can bunny hop, but I definitely can't bunny hop this bike, and spins out of the question. But for sheer size of static moves, it can't be beat. So going from the back wheel up to the front wheel seems like quite a safe, controlled way of doing this. The other way, which I see is a really popular way of getting up to front wheel in the competition world, is literally just to pedal, not stopping, and just jump up to front wheel. And I can understand why. You can get a lot of momentum, you can get your weight really far forward on it. But for me, doing a pedal technique with such a low front end, it feels like as soon as I get onto my power stroke, the front wheel just wants to go down. And I've had some pretty interesting moments where I've literally hit the face of the thing I'm trying to get up. I'd love to get up this. It might take me a few tries, but I'll give it a shot. So that's kind of the technique. That's the technique, just more. There we go, that's better. That's what I mean. That's what I don't want to happen. Right, let's not do that again. Oh, that's the one. Come on. Oh. That's as close as I can get without getting it. That was perfect. There we go. Excellent. Oh, I don't know how to get up here stylishly. That'll do. Oh, brilliant. Oh. I am really glad I've got up this wall in a few different ways. Doing the pedal up the front took me quite a while, but I'm really glad I got that because that is such a different technique that I'm used to using. I've been so used to just bunny hopping up to front, which is quite an easy way to go up to front if you're on a bike that's good for it, you're on flat ground. But pedaling up is just so different. It's a technique I'm not used to, so to get up something this big, yeah, I'm really happy with that. I can totally see how the comp guys could use that technique to get up stuff like this high. It is insane, but I guess they only need to really jump the bike about that high and get the weight in the right place, and the rest goes up. I mean, just jump that high. It is insane how big they can go, but it is making more sense to me now. Anyway, I think I spent enough time on this wall. Let's move on somewhere else. This is turning out to be a really good ride. When I was out on the Ashton on the street, I knew there was potential for some big gaps, good stuff, but I just couldn't quite get it together. The Echo is flying across stuff. These gaps I can do on the Hex, but I can't do them as controlled, and I certainly can't do them across and back again. So to get these gaps both ways, controlled, happy with that. So close. Well, I couldn't quite get that gap to static. That'd definitely be one of the bigger ones, certainly up the way, that I've ever done probably. But while I was setting up for that, got this slight slope here. I've discovered this bike's actually quite good for G-turns, so let's try a couple of those for camera. Might have to take back what I said about these bikes being able to spin. Certainly on the front wheel with disc brake, they do spin. Well, I thought there was going to be something to ride here, but yeah, I thought there was a gap, but it's way bigger than I thought. Plus, this video is pretty much just been gaps. I'm definitely feeling I need a lot of practice with unlocking hooks and more controlled up to front. I feel if I can do those, there's so much more potential to ride in Glasgow. It's actually really cool. There's lots of really cool stuff here. I just can't do it yet because my skill levels aren't there, but they'll get there. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but like I've said in the past, I've just not got on with modern bikes with the high bomb brackets and super tilted bars until I've ridden this bike. And I honestly don't know what it is. I don't know what's changed, but I'm getting on really well with this bike, and yeah, I have no idea why. It's been really fun coming and riding spots which I've ridden hundreds of times on street style bikes on a bike like this, and it unlocks a few different things like bigger gaps and bigger side ops, stuff like that. And it's just allowing me to ride the same spots in a different new way, which is awesome. I definitely need to get back on the Hex though before I forget how to ride it. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to head to addyclarkson.com, pick up some merch. If you want to see longer videos, which is definitely the case with this one, head to Patreon where I'll upload them as soon as they're finished and you get to see extra footage. And also, if you do want to help out this channel, allow me to make more videos to entertain you guys, then please consider a PayPal donation and I will link all of these things down below. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for getting to the end of the video and I'll catch you next time. Have a great week. See you later.